Good morning, everyone. It's October 20th, 2020. I'm here in Halifax, Nova Scotia, and we're going to take a walk around the north end today. I love walking up here. It's one of my favorite spots in all the cities to come up here. And when I finish this video, I'll be up to my favorite coffee shop, but it's not for a while yet. Well, I think I forgot to wipe my videos off of the one before, so I don't know how long this will go because I should have cleaned that all up before I came over. But if it stops, then I'll have to take off some of those videos to make some space. But right now it's still going, so I'll try to keep an eye on it, and if it stops, then I'll have to take some time out and fix that. So this is the corner of Agricola and Charles Street, and there's a few things here, not a whole lot, but a few, and you've got a distillery, Compass Distilleries right here, and I guess that's a restaurant across the street. Eat well, Vic. I guess it's a restaurant. I've never been in there, but I guess it is. And this is a distillery. You can kind of see back in there a little bit. So I guess they make beer, things like that. No, they make liquor, gin, and that kind of stuff. And here's a little auto service. I bet you that's a good place to take your car to, a nice little family-owned auto service. And look at those houses across the street. All the different colors, huh? Aren't they nice? Everything's just slightly a little different shade from the next one. You're going to have 3 blue houses and they'll all be a little different color. I guess that's the liquor store in the back, and it's like a cycle shop, and it's all strollers and all that kind of thing in the front. I'll just walk right between these two cars here. It should be all right. Maybe I got lucky. My son helps me with the editing when I take them off and put them into the computer to fix up these videos a little bit. And maybe he erased my videos from yesterday. That's possible. So I still got space going here, so I'm thinking maybe he might have erased them. I hope he did, so that'd be great, because I didn't think of it yesterday. Okay, we're now on the corner of North Street and Agricola. So we'll cross the street here, and I'm going to go on up Agricola for another block, and then we'll head towards Roby Street. Yeah, there's a big difference in the contrast between the north end of Halifax and the south end. The south end is almost all university, and there's not a whole lot of stores in the south end. And the north end is full of stores and shops, and they really got a lot of small shops, not so much big chain stores. There is a few supermarkets around, but it's mostly smaller stores up here, and I guess that's the charm of it. Now, when I was walking by the fire hall, I said we had an ambulance station in the north end, and that's it right here. They call it EHS here, Emergency Health Services. I think that's what it's for. So I'm still on the Griffith. The next the end of the major block over is Roby Street, which is the main through street. If you're going from north end to south end, you can take Roby right down, right across. It's one of the main streets going across the city from north end to south end. And going up through the north end would be North Street and Yonge Street. Might be something else, but those would be probably my two picks of the two main ones going up through the north end. Here's a Army Navy store. I've never been in there, but I see all kinds of stuff. They sell all kinds of, oh, there's an idea of the kind of stuff they sell. Yeah. I pass it almost at least 3 times a week, and I've never been in there. Apparently this place got a tinting shop in here and do kind of custom work like that. It looks pretty good. It don't take long to do a half-hour video when you're just walking along and talking. A half hour goes by really fast, and it's the fastest half hour of my day of doing a video because it goes by so fast. Well, I'll keep going. It don't have to, I'll go until my phone runs out of data, or out of what it can hold on the card. I guess that's how it works. It's whatever the card will hold. When it's full, then you have to download it in the computer and take it off your phone to make room for another video. I wish I had a separate phone just for videos. It'd be really good. Here's another construction job underway right here. And you can always tell on how big the hole is, how tall the building's going to go. So I don't know how deep this hole is going to go yet. But we got several right now in the city that's beyond 20 floors going up here. There's not a lot if you live in Toronto, but if you live in Halifax, 20-story buildings are you know, they're about as tall as they are here. They go, I think we got one maybe 24, 25. And I don't think we got anything 30 floors yet. So give them time. The city's really growing so fast. And there's north end here is just getting so many buildings built right now, condo towers, and so I guess the old has to go and the new has to come in. That's how it goes. I'm going to pass one here after a little bit. That's a really large project. That one's going to, I think it's going to have 2 towers and stores in the bottom and all kinds of things like that. And it's a very big hole. So hopefully I'll have some stories left on here, and I can go over there and take some pictures of that spot. Here's an old schoolhouse. It's no longer a school now. It's kind of dilapidated condition, and nothing's been in there for quite a while. Since we've been in Halifax, it's been like that. That's been 2 years. Nothing's been in there, but I have seen signs up before about it was for sale, and I guess they want somebody to take it and tear it down and build some condos in here. That's probably the idea. They don't want you to buy it and just hold on to it, because the city can do that. So they want it tore down, but somebody that's got the money to rebuild something. Yeah. All right, so now we're coming up on Almond Street, which will take me up to Roby. And but maybe I'll walk over to Yonge Street, because there's an area over there I'd kind of like to show if I don't run out of space. We'll see, hopefully. Now there's an area over here by Agricola where it joins Yonge Street that looks really British. It has a whole lot of British look to it, and there's little restaurants outside, and really nice area. I've been there a few times, driven by it quite a few times, but to go walk around there we did a few times, and go to a cafe, and there's lots of things like that around there. So I think I'll just go over there. I see more construction over in there. There's a lot of those around. A lot of these older buildings are well maintained. They're really well taken care of, and which really adds to the charm of the city. Yeah, it's a very nice area here in the north end. North end of Halifax is probably when people come here, that's the number one place they probably want to see. It's the north end, because I would say it's quite famous. What most people know about the north end of Halifax, and if you don't, well, maybe after you see this video, it will help. And it's a beautiful fall day here. See the leaves are all turning and falling. On the street is covered in leaves. I want to get over here to this area where I was talking about. One thing that's really good here, we didn't have in Ontario, is you can recycle your cans and bottles and things like that. So here comes a gentleman down the sidewalk with a cart loaded right down with cans, and they go around the city and pick those up and probably make enough money to to do something. And so yeah, that's a very good thing in the city of Halifax that we have that here. Good morning. Because in Ontario they just throw the cans around and they don't redeem them for money. Here you get 5 cents a can or a bottle, or water bottles or pop cans and juice bottles. You can't turn it into milk containers, but all the other things you can. And that goes for beer bottles and liquor bottles and anything like that, you can turn it in. So you pay 10 cents deposit when you buy a can of pop. It's above and beyond the price, the tax, whatever. You pay a 10-cent deposit on the can, and it gives you a little incentive to save them up and take them back to a bottle place. And you get a nickel for each can. So they have to make some money to run those operations. So they give you a nickel and we pay a dime for them. That's how that works. There's the Olin's Brewery. It's a very big company. They have one in St. John as well. And they're known all over Canada. Probably in the States too, I'm not sure. Look at this nice red leaves on this tree here, aren't they nice? A lot of them falling on the ground, but what are there are kind of red. Okay, I'm getting over into a little area there that I think is really a beautiful looking place. So I'm going to go down this way first, just so you can see everything that's here. I'm going to meet up with my wife shortly here too. I don't think she'll be too much longer. And so I got to hurry down here, have a look at this place, and then we'll head back over to Roby Street. So this all belongs to the brewery, all this building here. And this next block is one of my favorite spots. This is a really nice spot. There's little cafes with outdoor patios, and the buildings just somehow seem to look like they belong in England instead of here. Well, it's a really warm day out. I think it's temperature has gone up a few degrees since I first came out, or maybe it's just because I'm walking. I'm not sure. Well, here's a Starbucks over here. I've never been in this one. One day I'm going to go there. I've never been in there yet since I've been here. Okay, I'll walk to the end of the street and then probably turn around and head over towards Roby. So this is the little street I was talking about right here. We got all these little tiny shops and outdoor patios, and it's just so, it looks so British to me. To me, this looks like a very British looking street. But maybe that's just me, but I think it looked kind of like that. Right? And we got this thing here where we build patios all off of the sidewalk, and they can use the sidewalk, and then the pedestrians walk on the wood part out around the sidewalk. But when the snow comes, that'll all be taken down and put away till next year, because they have to be able to clean the snow off the sidewalk, so they take that down then. This is a little cafe right here. It's Belgium chocolates and cafe and French pastries. This is called the Garden Cottage. Garden Cottage. Very nice looking old buildings. Something about old buildings that really looks good. All right, I'm going to go across to this little park area right here, and we'll walk down through the park. It's just a small park, but we'll walk down through it anyways, and that way we can look at the street from this side. One thing most cities here share in common is they have plenty of pigeons, and Halifax is no exception. We have lots of pigeons in Halifax too. In fact, I haven't been in too many cities where they don't have lots of pigeons. Well, that's our little tour of this nice little street that I was talking about. And when we go out past this little Y here, we'll be on Yonge Street, which is where I'm going up to Yonge Street, Yonge and Roby, and that's where I'm going to hang out for a bit. So that'll be the end of this video when I get there. Isn't that dog cute? Oh, he's a cute little thing. So, okay, now we'll walk past the old brewery again, and I'm kind of in the middle of two streets here, but I'm safe. They can't run over me here. There's a car from Ontario. And I tell you, I see a lot of Ontario plates in Halifax. Well, there's one. I saw a New Brunswick plate back there a minute ago. But I see a lot of people coming down here from Ontario. And I don't blame them because yeah, Toronto's a bigger place. There's, maybe you could say there's more to do in a lot of ways, but yet there's not much to do if you're on lockdown. And that's where they're heading again now. I think they are on lockdown now again. So it's a really good place here because even when we was at our peak in the pandemic, we still had a few places where we could go have coffee. There wasn't very many. All the stores with takeout were open, and I had a couple of spots where I could go right up until maybe the tail end of it, and then eventually it all opened right back up. Now we're good, and I'm hoping that this winter we don't get into that kind of situation again this winter. This next corner is Yonge and Roby. And it's a really busy spot because they got a big, huge parking lot there, and all the trucks, like gravel trucks and cube vans and 5 tons, and even some trailers come in there because they got 2 spots where you can get coffee and washrooms you can use. So it's a very popular spot with truck drivers working around the city here. And sometimes I ran into somebody there I know, not real often, but the odd time or two. And so we're on this corner now. This is probably one of the busiest intersections in all Halifax because of the traffic, the delivery vehicles and things like that, and people come in here. And they got a store, a Tim Hortons, and a coffee spot inside the store. There's a big construction job down there. I'm going to try to show you that when I go down that way. So when I get across the intersection, go in the parking lot, I'll probably turn this off. It'll be the end of the first part of this video. And then I'm going to make another part and show you the stuff that's down that way. Because, you know, just walking around, you can only cover so much, and a half an hour goes by really fast. And I think I'm 42 minutes into this video now, so it went by fast. You don't realize how far you walk, get lots of exercise, and the time just flies by. Now, I think I see somebody over here that I know, which I'll probably walk over there and in this video. And I'll be back to do some more a little later on today, okay? So if you like watching this video, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe, and that's really appreciated. And so that's it. I'm going to walk over here and say hi to my friend over here I know, and we'll talk to you later. I'm going to turn off now.